Okay everyone, I am finally back. It is August 2014. It's been quite a long time since I actually did something like this in a while. RC airplane reviews and whatnot because of some life situations that got in the way, including moving to a new location. But anyway, let's get this over with. Finally, we're back. One of the most requested reviews that some people have given me on messages on YouTube finally is here. The Hogs Dominator. Yep, the Dominator. Perfect time to review it as it's 2014. This was released in 2004. So this thing is 10 years old now. Look at the box of this thing. I missed the old Hog boxes already. RC Dominator. Got the plane right there, flying in the horizon there. I like that old design on the box. Flies up to 300 feet, 91 meters, all in one charger and controller. Comes ready to fly, no assembly required. Radio control. Up and down, left and right, full function controller. Yep. This is the very first Hogs remote control airplane modeled after a real life airplane. And the F-117 Nighthawk, I think it was. The stealth fighter. Here's the back of the box. Dominator. Look at all the stuff it has. Plane steers by adjusting motor speeds. Eliminates the need for flaps or servo wires. V-tail. Thing on the back. Stabilizers. Onboard computer system for maximum control. Plane has one-piece body construction. No assembly required. Ooh. Crash-resistant body construction. Dual motors. 2 engines for great power. And here's all the stuff that it do. Left to right control. Up thrust control. Down and land. And then here's some stuff on the bottom here. Contains small parts. UPC label. Spin Master Ltd. Hogs is a registered trademark. 2004. Spin Master. Yep, 10 years old. And important safety information. 6 AA batteries required. Side of the box. Here's the front of it. Contents are the plane, radio, and the instructions and decals, but since I had this thing since I was a little kid, the decals are already put on and the instruction manual is missing. So I'll open it up and we'll see what it looks like. Okay, here we go. Box is now open, and here's the stuff that came with, minus the instruction manual and the decals are already placed on the craft itself. Here's the remote. Pretty interesting remote. We'll get that in a second. Radio antenna for, transmitting signal, blah blah blah. Now let's get to the most important part. The airplane itself. Ooh. Looks really cool, doesn't it? F-117 Nighthawk Dominator. Yep, as you can see, my unit has seen some wear and tear, but since it has survived in one piece all these years, I'm quite surprised after all the abuse it has taken. I like how the things on the stickers say first person, what it's saying to you. Remember to recharge me. Charge me before flying. Focus that a little bit. There you go. You see, there's the decals that came with it. I already have them on. I mean, there's still some damage on the plane, as you can see. It's got some nicks, and the nose is a bit caved in. And the V-tail has some black tape on it because it did crack a little bit. But anyway, it still looks fairly well, despite it being 10 years old and it's been in a box and been moving around all these years and even flown it a lot in my lifetime. But there you go, the Dominator. Now let's get into more deeper details into it. Alright, here is the controller with the antenna screwed in, as you can see. This is a very interesting controller that Hogs did back in the old days. It's not a regular 2-channel controller that you may have seen on Hog units today. It is a single joystick that barely has any travel on it at all. As you can see, it only goes up and down, left and right, and then there's an on switch and charge button. I think this is also the same controller that was used in the Defender and other units as well as the Air Hogs Rush I reviewed a couple years ago. Now let's open up the charger door. And there's a hose that plugs into the aircraft to charge it. Yep. I do have batteries in it. Let's turn on the radio. Yep, there's a green light indicating it's on. If the plane was turned on, the plane will probably turn on right now too. Yep, controller, kind of funky controller. It reminds me of a Atari 2600 controller, if I remember. Yes, I remember the Atari games because my dad had one. Yeah, very stiff controller, barely any movement. There's no kill switch on it, as you can see. Well, technically there is. If you turn out the remote, the plane turns off as well, which is a pretty nice feature. It doesn't interfere or anything. The charge, blah blah blah, important. Always charge twice before first flight of the day. Charge only once otherwise. Well, this unit's really old, so I charge it more than twice on my first flight anyway, if I ever fly this again. 6 batteries going back there. Yeah, that's pretty good for the controller. There's also another feature on this controller. As you can see, on the back of the controller, as you saw earlier, has those little holes in it. You can use the spikes underneath the bottom of the plane itself to slide it in, and it becomes a docking station for your Dominator. I think they also had this for the Defender and other planes that had this remote, the F-16, but this is the one I have for the Dominator. I think some of them are different. Anyway, as you can see, there's the charging hose is plugged in. Let's see what happens when you press the charge button. Ooh, a red light. That means it's charging. If we don't know that already. See the Air Hogs branding on their controller. It takes roughly 2 minutes to flash red charging for one try of charge, and you have to press it again. But I'm only going to charge it probably once to demonstrate it, because I'm not going to fly it today. It's kind of windy outside, and this is more like a museum piece than anything now. It's 10 years old. You don't make them anymore. So, take a quick look at it, and then shut the camera off and show you what it looks like when it's done. Okay, I charged it a couple times, but battery's really old, so I guess it doesn't really have enough power to really operate the propellers, but I'm going to try it here on the docking station. Yeah, as you see, it's making that vibrating noise. I'll give it some help. And I got one. Let's see, how about this one? There we go. Yep. Still runs, but as you see the battery hold. Right. You hear when the motors go down. Left. Up. And you hear increased pitch when I go up. And it'll be down when I go down there. Yep, 10 years and this thing is still working. Alright, I'll turn it off. Turn off the controller. Plane turns off too. Yeah, as you may have also noticed, it has the same exact motors as the, I think the Air Hogs mini storm launchers had. And some of the Air Hogs jet sets, I think, have similar motors to this. Yep, magnetic brushed motors. And as you can see, turning on again. Makes that noise. That's about it. Not enough battery power. But, yeah. Air Hogs Dominator, 10th anniversary. Still tries to work like a champ. But I think its flying days are over, though. It's a good piece, though, to have as a display in my room. Well, there you go. I'll be back doing more reviews in the future. The Cleveland International Air Show is coming up, too, so I might film that as well. I'll see you guys later. Take care. Last impression. Here we go. Feline reviewer. How do you like it? Let me guess if you like it. Hold on. You like this? He's like, I don't know yet. Yeah. Feline reviewer says, I'm scared. I don't want to use it. Okay. Take care, guys.